Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lonyea. If you are new here, in this video we're going to be talking about the new Anastasia Beverly Hills times Norvina eyeshadow palette. Now if you don't know who Norvina is, her real name is Claudia and she is the daughter of Anastasia Beverly Hills, the daughter of the creator of the brand, and she is, I believe, the CEO or the CFO, no, not the CFO. I believe she is like the CEO, I want to say. Anyways, she controls everything that comes out by that brand. So I believe she's like, yeah, like the CEO. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but she controls everything. She does the campaign, pictures, the products that come out, everything goes through her. So she decided to come out with her own brand, and she said this has been in the works for a year. And if you guys remember, she said that she brought out, or put out rather, the Soft Glam palette more so for her mom, because it was a palette that she could take anywhere and it had all of the beautiful neutral shades that she wanted. So for the Norvina palette, she created this pretty much for her, and it has her style written all over it. In this palette, you get 7 shimmers and 7 matte shades, which is the first from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Usually they have, like, the last, like, 2 or 3 years, they started doing the 14 pan palettes as opposed to the 12. So you usually would get like a mix. So you get some matte, some shimmers, some satin, some, you know, some of a little bit. But this palette, she actually did 7 and 7. And these shimmers, you guys, I have been reviewing and doing a palette series of Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes for probably like ever since the Modern Renaissance came out. So 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and this palette is the best quality that they have put out. Hands down, it's the best. It is like, when I was swatching these on my hand, you guys, they were so buttery and so creamy, like you'll hear my thoughts in the actual video portion, but I just wanted to let you guys know that these are so like amazing. They're not subpar, kind of like the Subculture, which was kind of like hard to get the pigment out of the shimmer shades. Not at all. A little bit goes a long way, trust me you guys, especially on your eyes. And the mattes were also really nice and rich in color. So I was thoroughly happy about the application on putting them on my eyes and wearing them, which Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows are some of my favorites. I would choose them over my MAC. I would probably choose them over my Makeup Geek, although I do love my Makeup Geek, but they have the standard for what eyeshadow formulation was. That's why a lot of people were shocked when Subculture came out. So nonetheless, the one thing that I do and will say later on in the video is wish that there was a deep dark purple. I was hoping that there was going to be a deep dark purple because, as you guys know, the outer perimeter of this palette is that lavender velvet kind of consistency, and it kind of gives the theme away for the palette. So because it was, the outside was lavender, we knew that it was going to have some type of purples in it, and she actually put 3 different purples in it. So I felt like this palette, since it was a little bit more purple themed, should have had, you know, a matte purple eyeshadows. We do not get matte purple eyeshadows in any palette, and I just knew that there would be one in this palette. But nonetheless, she gave us Passion, which I feel like Passion is just a little too close to Mulberry that was in Soft Glam, so I feel like we could have done without that shade, but it does go with Dazzling and Rose Gold and Summer and Dreamer in this palette, so it does go with a lot of the shimmers, but I feel like that matte purple, that deep dark purple in this corner would have really made this palette, you know, pop and stand out. Nonetheless, it's a very pretty palette. Would I recommend it to you guys? Absolutely. You guys know I'm ride or die ABH, and I know you guys are always looking out for my reviews and my tutorials and everything like that when it comes to her palettes, and this one so far is amazing. But if you guys, oh, and it also retails for $42, so if you haven't gotten it, it is online right now, and if you want to swatch it, I know some people are feelers, breathers, smellers, so if you want to do any of that, I believe it's going to be an Ulta and Sephora at the end of the, I think, what is this, July? I think August, like the first week of August, I believe I saw on there on Trend Mood, it's going to be in store. But You guys, this is the best one yet, and I will say that, and I honestly didn't expect anything less because this has her name on it. So she had to make sure that this palette was going to be bomb, and it is. It is. I just wish there was a purple, but you know, I'll get over it. I'll get over it. I do have a purple single shade, so I'll be incorporating that into some looks. I would love to know what kind of looks you guys would like to see coming out of this palette. Y'all know I'm already thinking I'm gonna be incorporating some other palettes into these palette series as well, just because I like to, you know, dibble and dabble in other ABH palettes. So excited. So today is Thursday. This video will be going up today on Thursday, and then next Monday will be the start of the series. So Monday through Friday, you will get 5 different looks coming out of this palette. I am so excited about it. It is time consuming, but it is something that I really enjoy to do with palettes. I want to know, do you guys want to see that? I'm gonna do it regardless, but I still want to know if that is something that you're interested in and something that you would watch. But nonetheless, I love you all so much. If you have not already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Mwah. Bye, you guys. Hey you guys, welcome back. So my eyelid is already primed. I'm only gonna do one on camera just to kind of save time and everything like that. And this is pretty much gonna be a first impression. So I've never used this palette. It is an extremely pretty palette. I love me some purple, so super excited about this palette when I saw it come out. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna do something a little bit more like neutral-y for this type of look, just because I want my 5 videos that I do next week to be a little bit more fun and out there kind of thing. So for today's video, I'm just gonna do something simple using this palette. So the first thing I'm gonna go in, or the first color rather, is gonna be Eccentric, which is kind of like a brick kind of color, more so on the orange, like has more orange hues in it than it does red. It kind of reminds me of like a deep kind of mustard color. So I'm using that on this Morphe blending brush. I have no idea what the name of this brush is, but that is what I'm gonna use. So there is kickback in this palette. As you can see here, it is not as crazy as Subculture. Subculture was crazy, and I did still do 5 looks using that palette, but it was crazy in kickback. So I'm just gonna use this just to go back and forth in the crease. It is so hot in this room, you guys, right now. Like, it is hot. Let me tell you guys that. I think I'm gonna use more of like the gold, like Dreamer and Summer out of this palette. But let me tell you guys, when I was swatching this for the beginning of the video, like, Norvina, I feel like, put her ass, her foot, her elbow, her heart, her mind. She put everything into this because the shimmers across the top were the butteriest out of all of the ABH like eyeshadows. Like they better than their single eyeshadows, and their single eyeshadows I feel like are a lot better than their palette eyeshadows. But those these, what, 2, 4, 6, 7 across the top, oh my gosh, like I was so impressed by the amount of payoff that came off with those. The mattes were really buttery as well. So like I was just thoroughly impressed when I was swatching this on my hand. I was like, okay, I see you, Norvina. So next I'm gonna take Volatile. Volatile. It's a little bit more of like a muted kind of cool tone, like brown. And I'm not, oh, I grabbed the wrong brush. Ugh, I don't like that brush. One second. But I'm gonna take Volatile, and I'm not sure how this color is gonna turn up. I'm not a big cool tone person, so I'm hoping that it looks okay. I don't know. I'm hoping that, I don't know. I'm not a cool tone girl, but we're gonna try to get as many colors out of this palette as I can. I do have my Z palette with my single shadows, just in case I need to grab, you know, a deeper or darker color. But I'm feeling that Volatile might be able to give me the amount of depth that I want, and I might just go in a little bit with Passion just over the top. But I didn't want to use Passion because I don't want to use too much of that reddish color. I do feel like this is just a personal preference out of this palette that it's missing that deep dark purple. So let me just pause the look really quick. and show you guys. I have the shade right here. This is called Violet, and this is the color that I used when I did that really pretty ombre purple look. So pretty, but this is the color that I used with it. And I used these two shades, and I feel like that would have even been a great color. Like, okay, let's hypothetically, theoretically speak, and let me just cover up Passion and put the palette just like this. So I feel like, okay, I gotta switch hands actually. Okay, let's go like this and look at the palette now. I feel like having some type of purple, like a matte purple that's not like Soul over here, but this matte purple, or even something a little bit darker and deeper, would have set this palette off and made it exactly like very, very, very like doable. Like, I don't know if I'm making any sense, you guys, but I feel like if she would have had a darker, deeper purple, that would have really hit the spot with this palette. And I feel like adding in Passion kind of threw it off, because yes, Passion can be used with Dazzling, with Rose Gold, with Love, with Wild Child, with Summer, with Dreamer, but how many dark matte purples do we get in a palette? The Jaclyn Hill palette was the only palette that has come out that had that deep dark purple. So I just feel like it was like missing in this palette, but it's just a personal preference, a personal opinion, I should say. And I know when I come out with my palette, it's gonna be poppin'. So as I mentioned, I'm gonna take a little bit of Passion and just apply this into the outer corner. I mean, this is just gonna make it a little bit more of that maroon. This isn't necessary. I do, however, think I'm gonna take, I think this is this is Deep Brown from ABH right here. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that out in this outer edge just to deepen it a smidge, because I feel like that Volatile shade on my skin tone made it look a little bit more purple than it does like a cool tone brown. Like, I've seen some white girls, some Mexican girls, you know, those medium to tan skin tones that have used Volatile, and it looks really good on them. And Volatile on my skin tone looks a little bit more purple, and it's not that bad, but I don't really want that kind of look, but we shall see. But I think adding this deep brown just kind of mutes it down a little bit, makes it a little bit better. Plus this brown is more of a deep, dark, cooler brown as opposed to a deep, dark, warmer brown. Like deep brown, right, or was it smoke right next to it is a little bit more warm. So just doing this. Okay, you guys, so now I am going to take the shade Summer, which is right here. It's like a champagne kind of color. I'm gonna use that on a MAC 242. The number is gone, but it's a 242 brush. And I'm just gonna take that on one side and put that out here. And that is just poppin' and super metallic. Oh my gosh, super metallic. And I'm only doing 1/2 because you guys know I love to do my little ombres. So I'm just kind of patting it and swiping it lightly out here on the outer edge. And then I'm gonna flip that over and take the shade Dreamer, which is right here. It's a little bit lighter, more of a champagne. And that's gonna go in the inner corner. And this is a lot brighter. And just slightly rub that over into the Summer shade. So Summer is a little bit more bronzy, a little bit more golden, and Dreamer is a little bit more champagne, like a light metallic champagne color. And you just want to blend the two together. And then out in that outer edge, of course, we're going to take more of deep brown. Yeah, this deep brown, and just kind of feather them together and get them all nice and blended. Hi, Baby! You are such a creep. Nothing much. skip that. I'm gonna go back into smoke and smoke this on the lash line. Keep this really tight, really close. Just a little, it just gives a little bit of a softer look to like a smoky eye, and as opposed to like a thick black wing liner. I haven't really been into wing liners lately. Can you guys believe it? So I've been enjoying doing this a lot more. I just feel like it looks so good on the eye with a nice pair of like fluffy lashes. Oh my gosh, looks so good. So, and I'm using a Sigma E15. This is a very multi-use type of brush. And just stamping that across the lash line like so. Making sure it's all nice and smoky on. Like so. So the lashes I'm gonna pop on are from Lily Lashes. These are the style Vegas. They're so pretty. So pretty and so long and wispy. So I'm gonna pop these on, do the other eye, and then come back for my lips. I was thinking about putting something on the lower lash line, like maybe putting Soul on the lower lash line, but I feel like that'll kind of change up this look, and I don't really want the look to be changed up too much. So I might just skip that and just use that for like a different video that I might do later on this week. So I will be back for Z lips. Alright you guys, so I am back. I already put some of Volatile on the lower lash line, but while I was doing my makeup, I was thinking that I actually am going to take some of Soul. I don't know. I'm thinking about putting on this Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the shade Purple Rain, and just to kind of like spruce this look up a little bit. So I don't know if I want to use Soul or Celestial. I think I'm actually going to use Celestial. And I'm using a Sigma smudge brush, and I'm just gonna pop this in the inner corner. This is gonna be my like pop of color for this neutral look, because it is pretty darn neutral. And they did come out with a new liquid lipstick as well, you guys, but I personally was like, I can't really afford this. So it was $20, and I love their liquid lipsticks, and it was the shade of Violet. It kind of reminded me of Potion, which is a deep dark purple, but I think it was like a little bit lighter, like a smidge lighter. So I ended up passing up on that liquid lipstick for now, just because I couldn't really afford it. And I know that, you know, if it's permanent, I'll end up getting it because I love purple lips and things like that. So I'm just popping this into the inner corner, and then kind of like merging it, smudging it into the Dreamer shade, which is the first lighter shade in this, and the first 1/3 of my eye. And lashes, I think I told you guys, yeah, I'm wearing the shade, the style Vegas, and then liquid lipstick, I'm gonna use Purple Rain from Dose of Colors. So you guys know me, and you know that this is actually quite a step out of the box for me. I was going to wear either Ashton by ABH or Stripped, which Stripped is my favorite nude. So I was gonna wear one of these, but I felt like I might as well do a pop since I'm doing like a pop of purple. So that is it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah. Bye, you guys.